It's from the coffee shop. The coffee shop. Having some struggles though, trying to adjust this mic how I want it. We are live and direct from the coffee shop. And today what we get at the coffee shop is some nice matcha. Yep. It's not looking as green as the one. Oh, that was a light. But yes, if you haven't had matcha yet, definitely try to get one. And I cannot figure out how to stop this stool from spinning around. That's why I kept spinning. But don't mind me. I'm gonna figure it out soon. Yes, and we also have some dates. I love dates. Why do I love dates? I don't know, but it just tastes good, right? I've been eating so much of this. I don't even know if it's. Yeah, I gotta look up how much I gotta eat daily. It's probably in the back of it. But like, it's even safe to eat a lot of this because it's sweet. Got some sugar in it, and been trying to stay away from sugar. Somehow I kind of feel like this is good sugar. Probably is, but probably not as well if you eat too much of it, right? But yeah, enough of the talk. Welcome back to another show of. Still haven't figured out a good name yet for this show, but yes, it's morning talk with Safwan, pep talk with Safwan. So yes, either one of those, I'll end up choosing the best one. And this is where actually I would share things that I've came across, like whether it's a good quote or whether it's just a lesson that I learned previously, or whether it's just something good or bad that happened, and try to share that with you guys so somebody can learn from it. If it's a good thing, learn from it, maybe try to replicate it. If it's a bad thing, maybe also learn from it, but not replicate it. Try to avoid the bad stuff. So that's my intent of doing this show. But yes, the topic for today is starts before you're ready. Why do I want to talk about this? Is because it's something that I've struggled with too over a very long period of time. And I was reading this book. What's the name of the book? Side hustles, right? Yes, side hustles. I was reading it, and one of the things the author actually spoke about is starting before you're ready. So this morning I was reading an article by Richard Branson, the owner of Virgin Airlines, and what the story about is how he came across his brand name, right? The Virgin brand, which is again Virgin Airline, Virgin Mobile. Probably anything that relates to Virgin he owns, right? I'm not too sure about that, but hey, I don't know. So his explanation of how he came across the brand Virgin is he was pretty much a virgin to those businesses, right? Before he started them, he never had any idea or any prior knowledge to them, but he wanted to do them anyway, so that's why he called them virgins. But I loved it very well. No, I mean, it's pretty cool and all that. I wish I would have came up with that first, but hey, I'm not mad. But yeah, and also he told another story as well of how actually the Virgin Airline came across. So he was traveling to the Virgin Islands when he was in his late 20s, so met up with a girl, pretty girl. He was on a date, right? And his flight that he booked actually got canceled. It was a late night flight as well. So the girl was already at the place, or she was probably heading there already. And he didn't want it to like miss on it or like cancel the event or like go late to it. So he ended up like having to like rent out a private airplane. But he also wanted to like recoup some of his money back, right, for renting it. So he put up a sign on the blackboard, Virgin Airline, $29, and was passing around. So like all the people that were initially going to the Virgin Islands signed up for it, and he ended up getting his money back that he paid for the private plane for. So yeah, that's how Virgin Airline came across from his explanation. But the other reason why I wanted to talk about this topic as well is, as I was reading the article, right, I was supposed to do this video about it actually, That's the reason why I looked it up. But I found myself like keep telling myself in my mind like, maybe I should not do it today because I needed like some cool stories that I wanted to talk about, right? To make it more helpful for the viewers, right? And I was like, man, that's actually me not trying to start when I'm not ready, right? So I was like, nah, yes, I'm just gonna turn on the camera, talk about it, and I'm just giving my raw opinion about it, right? Like how have experienced that, or how I've learned from that, or how that has impacted me, right? Like I said, something that I struggle with a lot, especially when it comes to like doing certain stuff. For a very long time, right? I struggle with like just starting things just because I feel like I gotta wait for like the perfect time to do it, right? And to be honest, there's never a perfect time. Like always, something new gonna come across, and you always wanna like have to want to get that something new, right? If you're waiting for the perfect time before you get started, and that has actually slowed me a lot, especially when it comes to like content creation. Before I usually feel like, oh, I need a GoPro to take like some cool action footage, or I need like this lens to do this stuff. I need this specific stuff to do that gimbal to like stabilize my image. All that is nice, right? Like I said from the previous episode, that's a growth mindset. Like you should always have a growth mindset, but you don't want to confuse that with procrastination, right? Because sometimes deep in our heads, like we do know when we are procrastinating, so you have to be very mindful of that. And that is the reason why starting before you're ready is important, right? Because when you start before you're ready, you're actually putting in action, you're taking steps to like do stuff, right? And while you doing those stuff along the way, you possibly can figure out that yes, maybe this is not for me, or I should try something else, right? I should try like another way of like doing this stuff. And the only way you can figure that out and make like a pretty close or accurate judgments is just by doing it, right? Because when you're doing it, you're actually experiencing it. You're experiencing the process of doing the stuff, right? And we've all heard like so many beautiful stories as well of people that started before they were ready. Prime example is Elon Musk, when he started like his space stuff, still wanted to go to Mars, right? And he acknowledged the slow progress in trying to get to space, and he wanted to capitalize on that, right? Even though he had no prior knowledge about space or rockets or nothing like that, right? And he said how he actually started. He was like, man, I just want to do it. And he started reading books about it. He didn't go to school for it. He just read books, read, and get to where he is right now. And man, at this point, like we're just waiting for that to happen. Like people to actually live in Mars, right? But that's how we started. Like some people may see us like, man, you're crazy, man, when you started. But hey, people like that, that's what they see. They see things what the average person don't normally see. So yeah, that's it. And starting before you're ready actually don't mean that you have to have everything in place, or you have to know exactly where you want to go. I mean, it's always best to have like a vision, right? Like an idea, or at least like a base level knowledge to what you want to do, right? But starting before you're ready actually means is taking actions every single day that would eventually lead you to where you want to get to, right? So that's how I kind of like view it, and that's something that I want to like implement more. I want to continue just taking the risk, right? Not just any risk, but a calculated risk, and make sure that you're in the right path. And I want to encourage whoever viewing this as well. Like, if you have any idea, don't be fearful of like starting it, because the thing is, like, I mean, you might as well do it, right, rather than like I'm just sitting back and thinking about it doing nothing. So it's always best to just do it. And if it's something that's not gonna work, at least you give it a shot. But if you don't try it at all, then you're gonna end up like just being regretful for like a very long time. Like, man, what if I would have started this stuff like a couple years ago when I initially had the idea, right? And that's something also that you got to be very, very mindful of, because sometimes a lot of us do have like the opportunity at the same time as everyone else. But what separates people that make it from people that don't make it is they take actions, right? Even before they were ready. As we saying right now, people that most of the people that are established on YouTube, that's like another prime example, right? They are making those money now because they believed in what they wanted to do. They believed in the platform, what the platform can eventually be. Some people may not even like see that coming, right? But they believe in what they wanted to do initially, and eventually they end up getting rewarded for it. You feel me? Even though I mean, if you can see some of those videos, right, of your favorite YouTubers, right, their previous videos, pretty bad compared to where they at now. Levels up. So yes, stop before you're ready. But my match is getting pretty cold now, so I gotta get to it before it's not good for drinking anymore. But yeah, thanks so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. Check out last week's episode as well. I talked about procrastination and how I manage those. If that's something you're struggling with as well, it's kind of related to this topic today as well. So definitely check that out and see how you can help yourself if you're struggling with procrastination. But yeah, thanks so much, and I'll catch you guys another one. Check them out the videos as well. I do a lot of vlogs and DIYs. Sometimes I do a lot of just random stuff, man, because sometimes the random stuff be the best. It's good we're gonna find a way to merge this with the other video, because right now my head is spinning, the battery is dying, so it kind of like get me confused and all that. Don't want to keep going, but yes, I've already shoot what I wanted to shoot. So thanks again if you stick to this end. And now, for real, bye. I'll catch you guys next week.